You're good to go.
Yep. Hi, Kevin. So today you're going to be working on the whiteboard question, implement a queue with two stacks. Given two stack instances, a stack exhibit LIFO ordering and only have access to method push and pop. Implement a queue data structure with the methods enqueue, dequeue, and peek. Returns the same result as calling dequeue, but doesn't change the queue. Your queue should, of course, exhibit FIFO ordering. Analyze the time and space complexity of your solution.
Okay. So I'm gonna want a class, right? Not a function. So class Q. Do I get? I don't know. You've done this before, so do you know if I have to build the stack class too, or just regular push and pop? Just being able to use that, or I'm sorry, I'm kind of
Very
doing.
good. So it's kind of similar to how you were telling me about the objects. And you're like relating to React, where we have to do like this date to equal this.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of do want to use the this, and yeah, you want to start with something empty to build in your stack. I don't know if that. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna write pseudocode first.
Yeah, go for it.
So a queue, which is basically, if I'm reading the question right, it's two stack instances that have first in, first out, two push and pop. So enqueue, it's gonna push. It's gonna push the first. It's just gonna add to the queue. It says first in, first out, so that's gonna be at the top. DQ is gonna pop. It's gonna be the first. So DQ is gonna pop it. I'm off the queue. And peek just returns. Peek returns. Doesn't execute it. There's the value of the pop. And then, so the queue should exhibit first in, first out ordering. If I push two items and then I pop, it's not gonna get rid of the right one. Okay, so I'm gonna have two stacks. If I'm understanding you correct, they're just basically arrays. Because an array in JavaScript can push and pop. That's one of its functions. So I'm gonna just create two stacks, call them stack one, stack two. These both have push and pop. So enqueue is going to be a method of queue. It's going to take an item. Enqueue is going to, I'm going to use the first stack. That's going to be my main stack. The second one, I'm going to use it to hold items, I think. I'm not sure what the second stack wants me to do, but I mean, it's part part of the problem says queue with 2 stacks, so I'm gonna this dot stack 1 push item. But that's first in, or that's just going to add it to it. It's going to add to my queue. It's going to populate it, push an item to the queue. And then DQ item. Or DQ is just going to DQ. It doesn't, you're not going to put anything in, so it doesn't need a parameter. Okay. So first in, first out. So I think what I want to do is I want to push to the second stack a pop, which is the last value of the first stack. Man, this kind of really doesn't. There's no like examples or anything. And I think you're muted, Jeanette.
Thank you. I thought I muted it. If you're going kind of the right path, you just gotta do a few things before it. And one thing is you gotta think. So your stack 1 is basically adding items to the list. Your stack 2 was gonna be doing is gonna be taking them out. So what you want to do is have something where you're able to compare or handle like if the second stack is empty kind of thing. I don't know if that helps.
You want to compare it? The second stack is empty. Huh.
Because that's going out, so you want to see if anything is in there or not.
So, returning the second stack. NQ adds DQ. First in, first out. I'm gonna try to draw this out. So stack 1, stack 2, push an item, so push 2 items.
The one thing it does say, the DQ says if the out stack is empty, we need to populate it with in stack elements. So I don't know if that would help you.
In stack elements.
Yes. So it goes with the whole thing. If out stack is empty, in your case, it's stack 2. You need to populate it with the in stack elements. So you basically, because what is the idea you have going between stack 1 and stack 2? How do you think they will later work?
What I'm thinking right now is I'm going to pop everything off of stack 1. So it's going to go to stack 2. And so stack 2 is going to be the reverse order of stack 1. And then I'm going to get rid of the first. I'm going to pop. It's going to keep doing that until stack 1's done. And so it's going to be empty. And then I was going to try to put them all back in right order. And it's not going to have the first one anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So here, this is what I would do. Well, it's greater than 1, the length. Greater than 1. It's going to do stack 1. Plus stack 2. Push stack to stop stack 1 to pop. Not here. I need to look up what exactly pop does.
It should pop the last element in the array, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so that, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that running it like this would cause it to pop out. And it's going to return the last element, right? Okay. So this is going to keep running until 1. And then it's just going to, I'm going to return stack 1 dot pop, I believe.
So you're trying to remove items from the first stack then?
Yeah. So I'm popping. I popped the first item because you're adding them in order from in the first stack, 1, 2, 3. So that if I do this while statement, it's gonna push 3 and 2 to the second stack, and then there's going to be 1 remaining at the first stack, and I'm going to pop that first stack, which is what we're trying to get rid of, and then I want to go back in. Here, I'll just save. I'll just do let popped equal, and then this dot stack 1 push this dot stack 2 pop, and then return popped. How does that look?
It looks different than solution, so I'm trying to make sure it still makes sense.
Okay, so let me just try peek.
Yeah, do that one.
That one doesn't do anything. So I'll just do that same thing. But it doesn't change the queue. How do I do that? I can only use push and pop. Oh, that one would just be return stack. This dot stack 0. Stack of 1, 0. Yeah, right?
That's you just trying to be able to see what's current.
Yeah, it's the first. It's going to be the returns the same result as calling DQ, but doesn't change the queue. So this one would just give you the value that you're going to DQ, but it doesn't actually do anything. It's just going to tell you if you run DQ, this is what's going to get rid of.
Okay. For this one, you want to go this similar logic as you did with DQ though. So the return to stack 1, 0, it's not bad. It's just there's still a little bit more to it before you get to that point. Because it should be a little bit similar to the DQ.
Okay. If you're going to do that, then oh yeah, just do the same thing except return. I'm going to return popped, I believe. Huh. Hold on, I found a different part of my code. Okay, so this one. I don't know.
So what would you want to get returned in this case?
Well, I want right here, I want to return popped, but it's not supposed to change anything. So
the return you were using before wasn't all the way bad. You just had to change one other thing and add the while loop to it. So you had the right idea.
for a peak,
Yes.
so you said I have to use a while loop or a loop for that.
Yeah. So what you had before wasn't completely incorrect. But then you just needed to add a little bit more to it to kind of like the DQ one. So now that you have that, you could go back to that and you just have to think about it a little bit more as to what exactly you want to return. What you originally had in the peak.
So I do want to return, which would be this dot stack. What was this? 0, I believe.
So my question is, why are you returning stack 1?
Oh, okay. Just by asking that question, kind of gave me an idea. That doesn't make sense though.
You didn't have to Well, by stack two, because that's basically where all your things are getting pushed to. So you still want to make sure they're still greater than 0.
Yeah, so
So you had it right how you had it in the while loop originally. Is just that for the return this dot stack two, that one it had to be the 2 instead of the 1. So your while loop was fine the way it was.
it was. So stack one dot length is what, greater than 0?
Sorry, it should be stack two.
Stack 2.
That's what you're gonna get returned. Yeah, that's what you're getting returned. Oh wait, I looked the wrong. Sorry, you were right before. I'm so sorry. The 1 and the 2 just got me off. You're definitely right. Okay. And then my question is for the DQ, because I'm still trying to process how it's working. I'm not sure how exactly that one's gonna go. And you still haven't done anything to how do you call it? To see when the array is 0. You haven't done anything or how what would happen or how it would control that.
This is what this does. So it empties out stack 1, stack 2 until stack 1 has 1 item left. So it has first item left.
Okay.
And then it popped. I equal popped. This is first item being removed and saved in a variable, being removed from queue and saved as a variable. And then this is taking everything that was from stack 2 and putting it back. Putting back stuff from stack 2 into stack 1 in order. And then I return what I removed. But everything in stack 1 should be the right order, and the first value should be removed.
Okay. So you basically just broke it up a little bit more. Okay, I see that.
Yeah. Okay, and then the peak, I don't know, I'm stuck with that one.
The peak, it's fine. It's just that you haven't done anything where if it equals 0. So, but I don't know how much that would actually affect it.
Okay.
Because if you see on your while loops, they're all greater than 0, but you haven't done anything. You could try and run it and see how it goes, and then we could work on something to try to work it out.
Yeah, I know the ticket had it had solution code or whatever that had examples in it.
There's only yeah, this one only gets one solution. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have examples. It's just there's definitely a solution to it, and that's about it. That's what I'm saying. I know that your NQ is fine, your peak is fine, your DQ, you in your own route, which is awesome. It's a cool, interesting way to look at it. It's always nice to see something different. But other than that, it's pretty much the same, except for you're just missing something where it handles when it equals 0.
Okay.
So yeah. Well,
my answer turned in then.
But you got it really good. And I like the way you went your own way with the DQ, because I've had the first person I did it with, they somehow got it exactly like the solution. And then the second person I did this with for the whiteboard, they struggled.
Sure.
So this is pretty good, the fact that you went your own route. And like I said, your NQ is good, your peak is good, in school, and it's really good that you went on your own route for the DQ. You know if you could test it in this one?
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can just put code in and run here. But here, let's see.
I'm interested in how it's running.
Yeah, I don't even know how to run this.
Is that what you were asking before? Let me see.
Here, maybe
Doesn't.
const q equal mu q. That's what my thing's called, right? Yeah. All right, and then I should let's do q dot enqueue one, do enqueue two, enqueue three.
Or send you how they said to const log test. That might be a little bit more helpful.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, you're going right on it.
Yeah, let me just copy this. Q is not the file.
Oh, that was the folders.
Okay, so I guess it doesn't work.
Yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't like just help you explain a lot more. It was really hard for me to just give hints, and you did an awesome job doing it, but give hints without giving the whole answer.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to give as much hints I could, the best way I could. So I'm sorry.
That's all right. The whole
have
point of
access-
this is to practice, right?
Yeah, I know you have access to solution, but just if you want to like kind of look, you're pretty close, and I know there's a lot of ways to like write it. So, but at least just so I can show you what I meant about the if on line 17.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain that. So I didn't know. I was trying to give you a hint on about that one.
So if this dot stank equals 0, so that'll start it. If the length is 0, then it'll run while. Okay, that was very similar. Maybe I just got stuck in a loop.
Yeah, then the P gauge is similar to the DQ. So as long as you got a DQ, you pretty much get it.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I was almost there. I'll definitely write this down. And I know if I get it for like an interview, I'll be ready.
Yeah, especially got most of it. And like I know there's a lot of ways to write it, so you could have just been missing like one or two things to like make it actually function how you had it.
Yeah. Okay.
Really good.
Well, thank you, Jeanette. This was a pleasure.
You're welcome. Yes, it was. You're very helpful.
All right. I think we're gonna call it now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop recording.